This party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
How's it going, everyone? Project Apex here and back with a new video that none of you were probably expecting. First, I want to apologize for being absent in the past 2 months. I'm currently on vacation in New York with my family and got caught up in some shopping, field trips, and very excruciating drama. Plus, the Wi-Fi on my computer wasn't connecting. Not sure if it was the weather or just the use of other devices in the area I'm in. But anyway, for this video, I want to discuss something in regards to the upcoming sequel to one of my favorite Nickelodeon games in history, Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl. A game that takes inspiration of the Smash Bros. Games that features characters from the glory days of 90s and today's generation of Nicktoons. The game was released in 2021, developed by Ludosity, I think I'm pronouncing that right, and Fairplay Labs, and published by Game Mill Entertainment, the same company that developed and published Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3, Slime Speedway, which is like Mario Kart, but with Nickelodeon characters. You'd think by now game devs would at least create something more original for a new Nickelodeon crossover game, but in all honesty, I love both of these games regardless. So much so that I wanted to make a video about the sequel to the Nicktoons Smash rehash, Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl 2. I was so excited to see this game getting a second installment with the inclusion of more characters, signature ultimates, and even a story mode. And I couldn't be more happy to add the fact that the game even has some improvements to the graphics and frame rate as well. Every time I played the first game, I was consistently imagining ideas in my head about what the story mode for this game would have been like if it were ever published, or at the very least, updated. Even though All-Stars Brawl has a minor roster of villains, I feel like there would have been an opportunity to still turn it into a story. And I'm also happy to see that they've made some additions to the roster in the second upcoming release of the game. The only roster in Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl of the antagonist variety has Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Zim from Invader Zim, and I guess Oblina counts because in Real Monster she goes around scaring and terrorizing humans. The same could be said for Reptar from Rugrats. Though the babies see him in the actual show as a hero, there will often be a mix between Reptar's depicted morals. Maybe Zim or Shredder could control him or Oblina, or trick them into thinking that humanity is evil or something. Look, I'm not very experienced when it comes to crafting a good plot, but I did have another idea for an extra villain, or should I say villains, that's sure to, if not, blow your minds. Probably not. But in an episode of Season 2 of SpongeBob SquarePants titled Frankendoodle, SpongeBob and Patrick discover a giant pencil that was lost under the sea by its owner. SpongeBob uses the pencil to create an inaccurate and poorly drawn duplicate of himself that turns on him shortly after attacking his neighbor Squidward during a prank gone horribly wrong. He became a recurring antagonist of the franchise when in 2007 there was the release of Drawn to Life in the format and universe of SpongeBob SquarePants for the Nintendo DS. And in March 9th of 2018 there aired another episode that resurrected the evil Doodle in Season 11 called Doodle Dimension. This little abomination of nature became quite missed, it seems, and I think it would be really cool to have Doodlebob as an alternate costume for SpongeBob in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 as a chance to add more popularity to his character. But what does that have to do with Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl and the story for its sequel? Well, for starters, the Ninja Turtles in the first game consisted of only Leonardo and Michelangelo. And when you take a look at their secondary costumes, they look like drawings. This, of course, is a callback to the 1984 Turtle Prime comic series, or the Mirage Turtles, or whatever you want to call them. I haven't read the comics, folks, I'm sorry. These versions of the heroes in a half shell, I believe, are the vintage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and in the panels, at the time, they are mostly black and white, and lacking in color. So where I'm going with this is that maybe if it was possible to have a story mode for the first game given the prior roster we have, Shredder or Zim could have found a way to travel between dimensions and work together to uncover the mysterious magic pencil in SpongeBob's universe. And they could probably draw up an army of evil Ninja Turtles and rule the multitude of universes they come across. And with that going on, SpongeBob and his friends, Patrick and Sandy, could steal or maybe replicate a similar device used to travel to different worlds and team up with the other characters to stop Shredder and Zim from invading all their separate worlds. And for the sub-bosses or jobbers in the game's campaign, you would have to defeat either Reptar, Oblina, or both of them from time to time until they either get bored and go back to their own worlds, or team up with you to defeat Shredder and Zim and then go back to their respected home worlds. And why not have Helga as a rival as well? Maybe defeat her in a fight until she surrenders and decides to trust you, before you can add her as a companion. Maybe even have Sandy fight either Toph or Korra, to see who the toughest girl is between them. Or even Jenny Wakeman in the second game, now that she's not DLC anymore. Have Patrick or Garfield fight Powder Toast Man, thinking he'll taste delicious out of curiosity. Or play as Danny Phantom to fight Luna after being summoned to sacrifice her or something. I know it sounds weird, but it's the best I could come up with. But after the fight, he tells her it was a huge misunderstanding. The possibilities are endless! I think I'm going off topic. What I'm asking is, should the magic pencil from SpongeBob SquarePants have a plot in Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl story? Or at least the second one? Comment down below what you think. And feel free to come up with your own plot to Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl story mode if it were ever made in the comment section as well. Or a plot to Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 story. I'm fine with either one. I hope all of you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry it wasn't longer because it's my first one explaining my opinion on a video game and making up stuff to make it sound more interesting. If you like what you saw and heard, then please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. This is Project Apex, signing off.